I'm Jerry Work with Word Media in Nashville, Tennessee, and today we're going to talk about 7 strategies that Word Media uses to build catalogs of links to our client sites. Now, other than optimizing your web pages for specific keywords, link building is the number one thing you can do to improve your search engine rankings. So let's get started. The first technique we're going to talk about is link swapping. This is a classic technique that still works. Now, two-way links are not as valuable as one-way links, but this is still a good way to get your link building process started, and you can still end up with some nice quality links. We're looking at the Word Media website, and this is our link swap page. We call this webresources.asp because we like the word resources better than links. And these are all sites with whom we have swapped links. So they have a link on their site back to ours, and we link to them. And we've divided our link list up among a number of pages because you really don't want more than 25 or 30 links on any one page. The second strategy we're going to discuss is directory submission. There are thousands and thousands of directories to which you can add your website. Any single listing from one of these directories has, in general, little value. So what you probably are going to want to do is find a company to do directory submissions for you. If you search Google for a directory submission service, you will find all kinds of companies who do this. And prices generally range around $100, sometimes less, to submit your site to a few hundred or a few thousand directories. And you should probably just pay to have that done because it's probably not worth your time to do it yourself, but it's worth the small amount of money it would cost you to pay someone else to do it. Our third technique is article submission. This is my personal favorite technique. What we're looking at here is a website called Article City, and this is just one of hundreds of similar types of sites which contain articles. If you need content for a website or for an e-zine or whatever, you can come here and get it. And if you have written content, you can add it to a site like this. And the benefit is that the article boxes in your articles will contain a keyword link back to your website. So if you add an article and it gets picked up by hundreds of other websites, that can result in hundreds of links to your site. Now, similar to directory submission, there are a lot of these sites, and you probably want some kind of automation. We use a service called articlemarketer.com, which lets us distribute articles to lots of these sites at once without having to do it manually. So we suggest you do the same thing. The next technique we're going to discuss is press releases. Online press releases can result in a lot of high quality one-way links to your site. And what we're looking at on the screen here is PRWeb. And PRWeb is the #1 press release distribution service. Its disadvantage is that it's a little bit expensive. I believe their top level of service costs $360. But for that, you get your press release injected directly into Google and Yahoo News results, which is very valuable. So if you're going to do press releases, I recommend going ahead and spending the money on PRWeb or similar service to make sure you get as wide a distribution of your press release as possible. The next technique we're going to discuss is social bookmarking. Publicly bookmarking your pages in a bunch of the most popular social bookmarking sites can give you some very nice exposure. And if people really like your content, they will bookmark your site as well, which will give you a lot more links. What we're looking at here is Delicious, which is probably the most popular social bookmarking site. you would set up an account here and bookmark your own web pages, and hopefully other people would look at your pages and bookmark them as well. And this is also another area where automation can come in handy. You might want to purchase a tool that will let you bookmark your pages in a number of these different sites at once. The sixth technique we're going to talk about is using Squidoo and other public content sites to generate links back to your site. Now, any site that allows you to post original content with keyword links can be a powerful tool, and Google loves Squidoo especially. For example, right now we're looking at Squidoo's home page, and here's a link for a Squidoo lens, as they're called, for funky laptop bags. And it just so happens, if you do a search in Google for funky laptop bags, the #1 result is this same site, this same page. So I don't know if that's a good keyword or not, but it's a good example. And the final technique we're going to discuss is blog comments. Now, this strategy is not as effective as it used to be, because a lot of blogs these days do not allow the kinds of links called do-follow links that search engines can follow to index and rank other sites. But some still do. So what we're looking at here is a blog post that we recently found that is relevant to our business. So we made a comment on the blog post, and we used a keyword for our name, and that is our website in the URL field. And so what we got for our comment is a keyword link back to our site. And so the more of these kinds of blog posts we comment on with these links, the more of these one-way links back to our site that we'll generate. So there you have it. 7 of our favorite link building strategies. Do these techniques work? Definitely. Is it a lot of work? Absolutely. That's why a lot of businesses hire companies such as Workmedia to do this stuff for them. And if you would like some help with your link building campaign, I invite you to contact us at 888-299-4837 or on the web at www.workmedia.net. And I'd also like to point out that we have a new book on Amazon.com, Scientific Search Engine Marketing, that you might want to check out. Thanks for watching.